Hey guys, Henry here, and I just came back to camp a little while ago. I've been out in the woods all day. Now I'm making myself a little dinner, so I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I got going on. These are these two right here are bone-in venison loin chops. These came off my deer that I got last year, so I just want to kind of show you how this would basically be the equivalent of like on your on a lamb, this would be like your lamb rack, or on a pig, this would be your bone-in pork chop, or on beef or a cow, this would be your bone-in ribeye. So what this is, you're basically looking at like a cross section. So the spinal column would be coming out this way. Say like this is like where the butt is, and this is, you know, the hindquarters, and then the head would be forward up here. You're kind of looking like through the body like this. So what I did to get these to look like that, I took the hind and front quarters off, and then I just took my knife blade and I ran it right along the spine of the deer, just like lengthwise, starting at the shoulder and just coming all the way straight back to where the sirloin connects, like near the hip. And then after that, you just cut all those ribs along that same path, along that same straight cut. So I usually, like a professional butcher, would do it with a bandsaw, but who has that laying around, right? So I just cleaned up and sanitized up my these little ones down here. These are some boneless ones. A friend of mine gave me these from a deer that he had, so I just had them in the fridge, so I figured I'd cook those up too. But anyway, so you just take your hacksaw, you clean it up real good, you sanitize it, and you cut through all those bones. And then on the bottom side, you do the same thing. You cut however long that you want the bones to be. They basically wrap all the way around like this. You can cut them at whatever length. And then if you want, that bottom section of the bones is actually like your St. Louis rib rack. This was a pretty small deer, so I opted not to keep those. I just trimmed all the meat off of it and just threw it in my grind meat. So it is good meat, but if it's a little bit, you know, fattier of a deer, you can keep those and do the rib rack with it. That would be nice. So then after you get that whole thing cut, you'll have this big long, all these bones, kind of like laying all next to each other like this, a big long piece. And then what you can do is you can basically cut them to whatever length that you want. So like for a rack of lamb, when I get them for the restaurant, they're usually 6 or 8 bones. So you can do that, or these are just like little double wide chops that I make, 2 bones. Or if you really want, you could leave it whole, and it's like 12 bones, and you could cook it up all at once and like do like a dinner party, or, you know, serve it to a bunch of your friends or whatever. So that's that, you know, that's the piece of meat, the butchery behind it. And then my little setup here, I got these big logs here. I was fortunate enough that there was a cherry tree down probably about 20 yards from my campsite. So I busted a bunch of that up and threw it all on, built the fire up nice and big, let it all burn down, and that's all the coals from it. And this cherry is so good. It's kind of hard to see in this light, but it's got this beautiful, nice red color to it. And when it burns, it just has this really nice, sweet, fragrant aroma to it. It's going to give it like a nice, great smoky flavor. So yeah, I just kind of took my little stick here and built up the coals real hot like that. And I threw the meat on and basically seared the outside. And then I kind of brushed the coals around a little bit, spread them out and let them cool down a little bit. And then just kind of like slow cooked it from there. So these basically should pretty much be there. This one's a little soft still, but I think we're pretty much in business. So I'm gonna hack one open. Oh, and the last thing I forgot. So after I marinated them, I made a nice marinade out of like garlic and some rosemary, some beef-based paste, some Worcestershire sauce. Mixed that all together until it was like a toothpaste consistency and rubbed it on there. And then the leftover I put it in this pot, and I thinned it out with water. So this will be like a nice, you can see it steaming away there, it's almost boiling. And that's going to be a nice au jus to dip in there, or, you know, if I had some potatoes or something like that, you can make a nice gravy or whatever. But yeah, so I think the one's a little rare still, but I think the other one's just about done. So let's I can get my camera set up here, sorry. Take a little hack into it, see what she looks like. These bones are a little finicky to get apart. You gotta there's a little knuckle in there. Just gotta kind of crank your blade Then turn it sideways a little bit, slice on through. And yeah, look at that. Again, sorry for the crummy light. I probably should have done this earlier, but that is like a nice medium rare. Look at the juice coming out of that baby. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. All right, so we're gonna come over here, do a little dip. Yep, that's how you do it right there. So guys, take it easy. Thanks for watching. It's possible to have really good food even when you're out in the middle of nowhere.